This video is sponsored by Milanote. For those of you who don't know, I started my humble online art presence with about 6 years of obscurity. From the age of 12, I would spend every spare moment drawing on my crusty laptop, producing tons of adoptable characters for literal pennies, and many have stayed unsold in the big 2.5, even at these low, affordable prices. Like, how have these not sold for like years and years and years? So today I'm going to be redesigning some characters I made early in my DeviantArt days and also walking you through my design process. And at the end of it all, I'm going to show you how I sell these creatures and put them on the market. I decided that the adopts from this Selena batch would prove the biggest challenge to redesign. So let's take a closer look at the post. Wow guys, 6 whole favorites. That's like 1 per year. These stats would send most young artists nowadays into a total spiral. Not me though. When I was 12, this was a huge success. Mostly because I couldn't count that high. But you know. Closed species, do not make your own. We call this one foreshadowing. Okay, now looking at these designs, I'm noticing one big thing. They're all horrifying. The amazing Digital Circus Jacks. This one's just a Naturix ripoff. I kind of like the blue and gold color schemes, but why do you have boots on your front feet and not the back? It's like wearing socks on your hands or something. And these middle 2 characters, what is going on with these colors? One has 0 contrast, one has too much. I feel like Goldilocks on this page. Either adopts. I remember feeling self-conscious about changing my name to this because I changed it just as Genshin came out. And I was like, oh, I hope no one thinks I'm a Genshin fan or that I'm trying to be a Genshin. Either adopt. But I see potential in these designs. See that? I can stay on task. It's been too long since I drew a quadrupedal design, so I decided to make them a little bit more anthro. I wanted to keep the key features of this Selena species, the horn, ear things, and the tail made from smooth gemstone. The original palettes though would have to be altered. I choose colors so differently now, and it was not it at all. It's sometimes hard to notice, but there's a big difference between colors which can sometimes look identical or even fall under the same label. Same name, different code. Moving these colors around to be nicer to each other changes the overall color harmony of the design, and usually bringing most of the colors down in saturation and getting a little more creative with the hues, pushing yellows towards greens, magentas towards reds, can help make your colors clash a little less. I tried to interpret the original themes of the adopts while drawing these draft designs. It seems that one was trying to be a pastel something, and the other was trying to be like gemstones in rocks or something. Usually with adopts, a batch will unite under a theme. It gives you more purpose in the design process, so I decided that a natural treasure theme would be cool, one being opalized fossils and one being seashells to match their original color palettes. So this is my draft. I like to make this formative version as sort of a prototype, and then after I take them to a mood board to flesh out the idea more. As I mentioned, this video is sponsored by Milanote, which I will be using today to compile my ideas. Milanote is a free organizational tool for all sorts of creative projects. It's super easy and intuitive to use, and it's free, and it's on your browser. Oh my goodness, what a blessing from the internet gods I've received today. I used it to collect different references and brainstorm ideas. I started my board by putting a bunch of references together, but you can do that just anywhere, right? The difference with Milanote is that you can customize every part of your board using the many elements available. There are color slates which you can use to organize your palette choices or visually separate parts of the board. I made my references section separate to my artwork using this bright orange and softer blue. Yes, you can add notes, but you can also change the color of them to suit the board, even down to the text. In Milanote, you can also add lines to your board which can be used as arrows to link different ideas, and you're never at risk of making an arrow and forgetting why you put it there because they thought of that. You can put a label. What I'm trying to say is that from the entire background of your board to the tiniest detail of text, you can customize everything. But maybe you aren't looking to do a character mood board like I have today. Well, Milanote has templates for every type of creative endeavor. I like to start off on a blank slate when I use Milanote, but if you need help getting started, there are plenty of inbuilt templates which you can use for a variety of projects, and they're like professional level quality. This is serious. Retrospectively, this template would have helped me, but I just gotta do everything the Zeppy way. And when you're done with your board, you can easily share it with friends or collaborators so they can take a look and add notes. Soon, I had finished developing my idea on my board and was ready to draw a final version. Try Milanote out for free today using the link in the description to visually organize your next art project. With these new ideas in mind, I started drawing using a sketchy method, which I would clean up and further define as I went. But I found that as I drew, these designs did not feel comfortable to me and my style. You see, I almost forgot something crucial, and that is that these are ADOPTS, not character designs for a story or something like that. Their designs should be easy to redraw, but these villainess designs were just too much. They just fit better in like the context of a world building project or something. So instead, I ignored the cries of my Zeppelin and decided to make them cute little furries with outfits on. The process from here on was pretty easy, although it was hard to use these color palettes effectively, even after I tweaked them, because, you know, they're not blue or green, so it's not my style at all. But after polishing these artworks, I was pretty happy with how they turned out. I think that I interpreted the original designs quite well and just didn't lose like their essence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still them. Like, you'll put the OG one next to the new one and it's like, yeah, that's that guy's like ugly little baby sister. But now it's time to move on to what we've all been waiting for. The money. So to sell ADOPTS, you can post them in all sorts of places, but mine are going up on Instagram because I wanted to run an auction. In the original post on DeviantArt, I had a flat price of 100 points for these guys, aka $1. But an auction is special because it allows the demand of your audience to push the value up. And I mean, I work pretty hard on these guys. I think they deserve it. So this is how you set up an auction. First of all, set an SB, or a starting bid. I made mine $20 because I think that's a cheaper than usual fair price. It's usually better to go lower with a starting bid because people probably will be bidding on it and pushing it higher. So it's okay if you're not fully comfortable with it selling for the SB price, because I believe in you. People want those ADOPTS. I believe. You got this, my little Zeppelin. Unless you're not subscribed, then you're on your own. Then we have an MI, or a minimum increment, which suggests the amount that you can push up a bid by each time. It stops any silly people from pushing up the ADOPT cent by cent. Makes everything move a little quicker, you know? Some people also include an AB, which means auto buy, which is usually really high. So for example, I'd set them at like $200 for this ADOPT. And it allows anyone excited to swoop in and buy it the first second. But I think it spoils the fun, to be honest. So I put this all together, packaged them nicely, and I hit post on my ADOPT. Let the bidding begin. So at the end of this grueling 24 hours of fierce bidding, Sunburnt Seashell sold to Kitty Moe, thank you so much, for $50. Woo! And Opal Rockpool sold to Rex the Menex, who is also Sleepy Artist on my Ko-fi, thank you, for $60. Woo! And altogether, that means I made
110 USD or 183 Aussie bucks.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Wow, guys. No one bought my ADOPTS. Oh my goodness, I'm a millionaire! Thank you to everyone who bidded and commented nice things. My heart is moistened with your appreciation. And I guess that's how business is done. I'll be putting all proceeds towards my mortgage on a Switch 2. Thank you so much to Milanote for sponsoring this video, and thank you to my splendid germs, grubs, and knobs for supporting the channel. Okay, I'll see you all later.
Bye!